Hi guys, welcome. This is week 6 of the English 1 class. Just a couple things I wanted to touch base with you before we move further in the year. First of all, we're halfway through quarter 1, so we're at the 50-yard line, right? As far as the very first quarter goes. So right now, overall, we're 1/8 of the way done with the year, and you're halfway there. So part of that also means that this is progress check week. So I will be sending progress checks to the administration just to kind of see who's on pace and who's not. Now, at this point, you should be at 12% completed with your class. That means in my grade book, when you go into your grade book, you should see at least a 12%. That's what we're going to be using when we send home reports. Right? And this is a weighted combination of your grade earned, of the percent completed with the course, and the participation in launches. All right? So, and again, the grade earned is on what you've done already. So some kids have really high grades, but they've only been at 1 or 2%. So that's going to bring their grade down. I want to show you a couple samples of what this looks like. All right? So the first one is student 1, John. He's completed 11% of his class, and he has an 84.1 on all of his work. He also has completed 80% of his launches, in other words, 16 out of 20, right? So if I take 11, so if we look at this, and then we go ahead and we take 11 here, 11 divided by 12, that's going to give us a 91.7. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that as a percentage, and I'm going to multiply it by the 84.1. And in the end, that is going to give me a 77.28. Now, I'm also going to be adding these 8 points because if I take 16 divided by 20, that gives me 0.8, 10%. So overall, John has an 85.28 in this class. Okay? So in this case, the launches really helped him. Now, the second student that we have is Carl. All right? And he's completed only 6% of his class, and he's earned 95 on everything that he's done. Now, one of the issues with this is that he's only completed 50%, right? Now, if I take 50 times 95, well, that leaves a 47.5. So he is not passing, right? Now, he's completed all 20 or 100% of his launches, so that's going to give him a bonus, and that should actually say 57 here, not 55. That's a misspelling, or a typo by me. So he is at now at 57.5, which is still not passing. So it's not quite where we need to be. So you can see that it's very important that we stay on pace, but we also do well on the assignments. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is the specific course that we're in. Okay. Now, here is our English 1 pace. Now, there are 2 of them here. Okay. You will notice that this one has the date that we have, and then it has what is due. If you follow this, that will keep you on pace for the year. So we've already completed this week, this week, this week, this week, and we just finished this, okay? We just finished the 5th week. Now, here is our midterm review. So up to this point, you should have at least 2.02 done. And if you did that, that would put you at 12%. If you did not do that and you're behind, then you need to get caught up, okay? Now, for this week, we have 2.03 to 2.7. Now, this is for everyone that's in my English 1 regular class. I also have a couple learners that are doing a blocked schedule, meaning that they do twice as much work. So at this point, at the end of this, they should have up to 3.07. That means that they're going to be doing a full year. In a half year, or they're going to be doing the first half of the course in just 1 semester. So they have to get all of this done up to the semester we're in review by the end of this marking period, which is on 10/26. Right? So it's very important that you remember that date. That is the next time that we are going to be doing this. So here we can see the end dates that we have, and that's going to be on 10/26. So the marking period is over 10/26. Everyone on this side, you need to be 25% done. Everyone on this side, you need to be 50% done. All right? And it's very important that you do that. Now, just to kind of update us what's coming up this week, we have 2.03 to 2.07 due. This all has to do with parts of speech, okay? As far as verbs, quizzes, pronouns, phrases, and clauses. And I wanted to refresh real quickly with the grading. So every lesson that you take is worth 20% of your grade, and you're allowed 3 attempts at that lesson. Quizzes are worth 20%. You're allowed to have 2 attempts. Tests are worth 20% as well, but you're only allowed 1 attempt. And finally, the projects are 40% of your grade. And you are allowed to submit those back and forth to me as needed, okay? Until you get the grade that you want on the project, I'll keep sending it back, and we'll keep making those changes. So I'm proud of you guys. You're doing well. But let's keep at it, okay? If you have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. One last thing that I want you to do is I want you to go through your coursework, and I want you to find any assignments that have not been graded. Often we bounce these back and forth, and I want to make sure that I'm 100% caught up in my grading. And sometimes several of them slip through. So what you'll do is you'll look in a grade book, and if you see a yellow, orangish yellow number with an exclamation behind it, that means that that's not completely graded, all right? For every single one of those that you find me, if you send me the exact name of it, the unit, the number, and the title, I will give you 1 bonus point, all right? So they might be able to add up. So, and that would be on an overall score, okay? So go ahead and have a look at those. Any questions, please let me know. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.